Hello, and welcome back to my channel. Once again, I have another book to read to you named Bambi. One spring morning, there was great excitement in the forest. Animals and birds hurried to welcome the new prince. His name was Bambi. He was the son of a noble stag, the great prince of the forest. When Bambi looked around, he saw happy, smiling faces. "They call me Thumper," said a friendly rabbit. Bambi smiled. It wasn't long before Bambi was ready to explore the forest with his best friend Thumper. Birds sang and fluttered over their heads. Thumper pointed at them and said, "Those are birds." Bambi repeated the word, "bird." Then a butterfly fluttered by. Bambi called out, "Bird!" "No," said Thumper with a giggle. "That's a butterfly." Bambi turned to a pretty flower and shouted, "Butterfly!" Thumper laughed. "No," he cried, "that's a flower." Bambi bent down to smell the flowers. Suddenly, a small black and white head popped up from under the petals. "Flower?" said Bambi again. Thumper laughed. "That's not a flower. He's a little—" "That's all right," the little skunk said shyly. "He can call me a flower if he wants to." They all became good friends. One morning, Bambi's mother took him to a new place, the wide open meadow. "You must never rush out," said Bambi's mother. "There are no trees or bushes to hide us." Bambi met another fawn. Her name was Feline. Bambi and Feline became friends too. Just then, a group of stags charged across the meadow, led by the great prince. He had come to warn the deer that there was danger nearby and to run toward the trees. Later that day, Bambi asked his mother what the danger had been. Man was in the forest, she told him. Summer and autumn passed, and the weather grew colder. One morning, Bambi woke up to find that the world had turned white. Bambi's mother saw his surprise. "Why, it's snow," she said. "The winter has come." Bambi was amazed to find his friend Thumper sliding across an icy pond. "Come on, it's all right," called Thumper. "Look, the winter's stiff." Bambi rushed over to join him, but he fell down into his tummy with a big thud. Thumper showed Bambi how to balance on the ice. Soon the young prince was gliding gracefully across the pond too. Winter was fun at first, but as time passed by, there was less and less food. Soon there was nothing to eat but the bark on the trees. When the air felt a little warmer, Bambi and his mother went to the meadow. There they hungrily ate a small patch of green grass peeking out of the snow. Suddenly, Bambi's mother looked up and sniffed the air. "Quick, the thicket!" she ordered Bambi. "Faster!" Bambi raced across the meadow. Then there was a loud bang. "Faster, Bambi! Don't look back!" his mother shouted. As he ran, there was another loud bang. Terrified Bambi kept running toward the forest. Home at last. Bambi turned to look for his mother. "Mother, where are you?" he called. There was no answer. "Mother! Mother!" The little fawn began to cry. Just then, Bambi's father appeared. "Your mother can't be with you anymore," he told Bambi gently. The great prince would now protect his son until he could look after himself. As the months passed, Bambi grew into a fine young stag. One spring day, all the birds were twittering and snuggling. "Humph!" said Friend Owl to Bambi and Thumper. "They're twitter-pated. Nearly everybody gets twitter-pated in the springtime." "It's not going to happen to me," Thumper said. "Me neither," Bambi agreed. Minutes later, a lovely female rabbit hopped over to Thumper. He was delighted. "Twitter-pated," sighed Bambi as he went on along through the trees. Bambi stopped to drink at a small pond. A soft voice said, "Hello, Bambi." He turned around and saw a beautiful female deer. It was Feline, his childhood friend. Feline leaned over and gently licked Bambi's face as he became twitter-pated too. The warm days of spring and summer passed happily for Bambi and Feline. Early one autumn morning, Bambi was awakened by a strange smell. He left Feline sleeping in the forest and went to investigate. Bambi climbed to the top of a cliff. He could see smoke in the distance. Just then, his father came up beside him. "It is man," said the great prince. "He is here again. We must go deep into the forest. Hurry!" Bambi rushed back to warn Feline. He found her trapped on a cliff ledge. A pack of hungry hunting dogs was snapping at her heels. As Bambi rushed at the snarling dogs, Feline managed to escape, and she ran toward the river. Bambi fought off the dogs and turned to follow Feline. Suddenly, he heard a loud bang. He felt a terrible pain in his shoulder and fell to the ground. Bambi was too weak to move, though he saw flames coming toward him. The forest was on fire. "Get up, Bambi," a voice called out. "You must get up. Come with me." Bambi opened his eyes and saw his father beside him. The young prince struggled to his feet and followed his father through the burning forest. Eventually, the two stags come to a huge waterfall and jumped. Down and down they fell to the water far below. Bambi and his father waded through the water and headed toward an island. Feline also, along with many other animals and birds, had already found shelter there. Safe on the island, the forest creature watched hopelessly as the fire destroyed their homes. Then, when the fire finally burned out, the animals returned to the forest. After another long, hard winter, spring arrived. New grass and flowers grew where the fire had been. The forest was beautiful once again. One warm morning, Thumper and Flower spread some wonderful news. Bambi and Feline had a family. All the animals and birds came to see Feline and her two new fawns. Standing nearby was their proud father Bambi, the new great prince of the forest. The end. Thank you for joining me today. And next time, I will have another book to read to you. Until then.